Love and peace. And I'm back. Hope everybody is doing great. Well, this reaches you in the highest of spirits. And hopefully this will add to your day. So I was thinking, and I don't know if I'm the only person to do this. However, sometimes I have a conversation with myself. And I think most of the time I'm talking to my higher self. However, it's still me. So I'll be talking to myself, right? And I was exploring this idea, and I thought that it would be beneficial if I shared it with you all. And you can let me know in the comments below what you think, what your thoughts are, what your experiences is with this principle. So again, being in this physical reality, right? We experience a myriad of things. And I realized, like, looking back on how I was when I was younger versus how I end up being as an adult, there was a change, right? And in my exploration of why the change was there, it was because of different experiences that I had. And I think it's normal for all of us to experience things where we kind of shift and we adjust because we have to in order to make it a lot of times, right? Especially if you're like an empath or you're a sensitive person, or you like wear your heart on your sleeve, or you love with your whole heart. Like, we go through things that cause us to have to shift and adjust. And we're not the same being that we were when we were being developed in our innocence and our purity, before we knew that there, like, monsters really do exist, right? Like, the world really has, some unpleasantries to it. Have I realized that it's one thing to have experiences or to have changed because of those experiences. It's another thing to have changed because of what someone else has done, right? So to make it clear, the way that's in my mind, like, sometimes we change because of the circumstances we were born into, the situations that we found ourselves in that were ultimately all a part of our growth and development, right? To shape and mold us into being who we are. There's a whole nother perspective of it when different individuals that we have come in contact with, because of who and how they are, it has caused us to shift and change being who we are, right? And that's the idea that I kind of want to explore with you all, because that's where my thoughts were. And I was thinking about how and I'm gonna use the example of relationships because I was married for so long. However, you can apply this across the board in whatever way it resonates and fits for you. However, when you're in a relationship for a duration of time, and let's say everything is great in the beginning, there's some growing pains. However, after a time period, like, the person starts to shift and change from being who they were or who you thought they were, and the way they interacted with you. That causes you to then say, oh, okay, so you're going to treat me that way? Okay, well, I used to do A, B, and C. Now I'm not doing that anymore. And it may be a conscious thought sometimes. Sometimes it's a subconscious thought, because it's like a defense mechanism. So if you're the type of person in a relationship where you're always giving and open and loving, and you put yourself second in terms of like how you feel and what you think about a thing, your partner was more, I don't want to say more important. However, you had them at a higher level on your priority list, right? To accommodate them, to add to their happiness. However, the way that they treated you, like, took away the joy and the happiness that you experienced from being that carefree, giving, loving, flexible, free-spirited person towards them, right? So you stop being free. You stop being caring and giving and, free-spirited. You heard that? Spirited. You shift. And it's understandable. However, in my exploration of the idea, I was thinking, like, oftentimes we give people more power over us than we have over us. And what I mean by that is, I'm a free-spirited person. I'm very loving. I'm very giving. I'm very open-minded. However, there was a period in time where the way that I would conduct myself after a certain time of a person not treating me right would change because of the experience that I had from how they treated me. And I realized that in me shifting and changing, being who I am, it affected me. Like, we think that the person is going to care, or they're going to be affected, or they're going to notice. And truthfully speaking, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. They don't even care, because the value that should be there for what's being experienced from us, it is not, right? And clearly we're not evenly yoked on this idea, because if we were, you wouldn't even be mistreating me, or the perception of you mistreating me, or a series of events that causes me not to be free to be myself anymore wouldn't even be taking place, right? If we were evenly yoked in this idea. What I mean by that is we both saw the value in the importance in the idea. Clearly that's not the case, because if it was, you would, like, I wouldn't be having the experience I'm having, right? So the value of still remaining ourselves despite how people treat us says a lot about us, right? So hopefully this is coming out clear, because the idea and the point that I'm looking to get across, that I was exploring and I saw great value in, is not allowing what someone else does to us to cause us to change us. Because at the end of the day, if we change, we're not only are we cheating ourselves, but we're cheating everyone else around us that has the will to interact and experience the essence of us, because that's who we are, right? Like, why should we have to change who we are because of what somebody else has done or didn't do, when we have the power to stop, put a period to, or change the circumstances that we're in that's causing a person to not appreciate and value us? So willfully, again, like, that came across clear, and willfully, like, it hit home with somebody, because we should be free. We need to be free, especially in this day and time. So if you're genuine, you're a genuine person, you are a kind person, you are a giving person, you are a loving person, you are an open person, you are an understanding person, you are a giving person, continue to be that. Like, don't allow what somebody else has done or is doing to stop you from being you. That means they have more power over you than you do. And we know that's a lie. So let's stop living a lie. 2022, we not living no lies. We living in our truth. So be you, because I'm going to be me. I never, I always look to live in the moment of living in and moving towards what resonates to me, regardless of what it looks like in the physical, what anybody else thinks about it, because that's me being true to myself. So I'm encouraging you all to do the same. If you want to give, because you're giving because you want to, not because you're expecting anything in return. You're not even expecting the person to receive it. You giving it because that's what resonates with you. You're being loving and caring and genuinely concerned because that's you. Not because the person is going to appreciate it, or they're going to reciprocate it, or they're going to even thank you for that matter. It's not even about them. It's about you. It's all about you, 2022. Do what resonates with you. Do what makes you happy. Do what's going to cause life to be inspired in you, and for you to inspire life in others. The only thing we can do is plant seeds, right? We're not responsible for making sure those seeds flourish. We're not responsible for watering those seeds. That's not our job. In most cases. Most cases, our job is to plant the seed. And oftentimes planting the seed is them, or a person or a situation, being able to experience our vibration, our frequency, the entity that is us, the fraction of the creator that is us. So be free and be in that, okay? Again, leave a comment below, because I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to further the conversation about this idea and see what do you all think about it. Let's talk about some experiences if you want, because I know I got a list of experiences that I've had where I altered and changed who I was. And in the long run, I end up hurting myself and cheating those that were around me that loved me genuinely and that could see my light and wanted to experience me while also feeding and nourishing me as well. So So yeah, drop your comments below. If you see value in the video, if you would like, thumbs up the video, share, so we can get it out to as many people as possible so we can expand the conversation. And you guessed it, subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so when the next video comes out, you'll be notified right away. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to listen. And remember, shine your light.